Hey riders, it's Guano, Gray Knights, Chapter 48 here, and I'm putting a video together here, and this is an instructional video, uh, more geared to my commuters and the people who ride every day, and they ride to and from work, and they typically get complacent when they ride to and from work because they get familiar with the roads that they're on, and they fail to pay attention to the traffic situations that they see every day, and they just don't pay attention. So bear with me for a little bit here, and I will describe what I'm going to do on this ride. So I was recording this video in hopes that I would maybe have a couple traffic situations to use as a good example. And at the end of this video, you actually see someone cut me off, and if I wasn't paying attention, or I was going too fast or speeding, or not having good situational awareness, I could have laid my bike down right next to my house. So they say most accidents happen 5 miles from the home, and that's a true statement. So right now I'm riding through Langley Air Force Base, and I can tell you that a lot of times on Air Force bases or military installations, people don't pay attention, and they just whatever. They just pull out in front of people, and you really can't you can't trust even military people to look out for you. So that's kind of the purpose of the example of this video, is to show you that. So head checks are super important here. You're going to see that while I ride, I am constantly head checking. And some people that are watching this video might argue with that I head check too much. But I will tell you that they are wrong. You need to be head checking constantly. And you'll see also in this video that I am looking in people's cars at times to see what they're doing. And that's very important too. You want to make sure that you know what the cagers are doing, and you know what you're going to be doing to prevent them from... Alright, as you can see here, I am on the on-ramp, little twisty on-ramp we have, and I might be speeding just a little bit, and usually that's because I try to match my speed with the oncoming traffic on the on-ramp. So if you know the road, I would recommend that you are exiting the on-ramp at the speed that you need to be so you can merge with traffic. As you can see, I'm going to do a couple head checks here and make sure that I have a good space to insert myself into to get onto the highway. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to change lanes a couple times so I can get into the HOV lane. Now, a lot of riders will just swoop all the way across, and I really advise that you don't do that. I do it sometimes, I'm not going to lie, but I try not to, so that I can make sure that there's not another car speeding up really fast that I'm going to make contact with. So on my trip down the highway, I'm going with the flow of traffic, staying in the HOV lane, and as cars pass me, I'm constantly looking into their windows. I'm constantly monitoring the traffic around me. So this is not the type of ride where you want to veg out. It's not a backcountry road. It's not an open highway. There's a lot of things going on, and you want to make sure that you're looking into vehicles, you're checking your spatial awareness, and you're making sure that, hey, I can speed up or slow down or change lanes to put myself in an area that's going to keep me safe. A lot of times I find trash or road debris like tires and stuff like that I might contact with. So I also try to keep space so that if there's a piece of road debris that I need to dodge, I can. So I'm further down the road now. I've cut the clip out a little bit to save some time, and I'm getting ready to pass a semi here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure there's enough room on the front end of that semi for me to accelerate past it so I don't stay in its blind spot. A lot of people will slowly pass a semi and put themselves in a situation where the semi can't see them, or maybe the tire blows out on the semi. That's the most common thing that happens with semis, is tires blow out, and then they end up, taking you out. So at this time, I'm also, watching traffic, and you can see to the right here, there's this person who's trying to clearly get ahead. And what I'm going to do is, she's driving kind of erratic. She's speeding up, slowing down, speeding up, slowing down. So what I do in this part is I just create space for me and her in case she's going to try to accelerate and pass me in the fast lane. I can tell you that if you have an itchy driver that's driving erratic and you can't tell them what they're going to do, make sure that you let them win. Let them do what they want to do and just put yourself in the right situation. A lot of the times, our pride gets in the way and we want to say, no, man, this is my freaking lane and I was here. Well, that's not the right mentality that you need to be in, because eventually they're either going to cut you off or they're not going to see you. So I'm approaching a pretty dangerous intersection that has been widened by Fort Eustis Boulevard, and they widened this whole entire highway because a lot of people were dying due to the interchange. So I like to stay in the far left lane until that I want to get off on my exit, which is 247. So note the entire time that I am watching the drivers around me, keeping my spatial awareness, and also keeping a good following distance from the vehicle directly in front of me in case something happens. If you can look over to the right, I don't know if you can see it in this video, but this Toyota Prius in the far right lane has got me kind of concerned because something's going on with their front suspension, and they're all bouncing. The car's bouncing around and stuff like that. And you want to pay attention to that too, in case like a hubcap flies off, or the suspension fails on the car, and then you're in a bad situation. So I waited till the truck got in front of me, and then I'm going to get behind the truck because I got to exit up here. And if you look in my right mirror, you might see it. I'm actually going to have to put a little, put my vehicle in a little bit of harm space whenever I change into that lane, because I need to exit, and he's going to be right behind me. There, you can see it right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slow down now so I could even create more space in between the truck and me. And that's going to keep me safe in case the guy starts to ride my ass, which he's doing a little bit, but not too bad. I think he got the picture whenever I started to slow down that he needed to back off. One thing that you need to have on your bike that I highly recommend is going to be a set of the pulsing brake lights. It's a great tool. So you can see right there that I did a head check again to see if someone was going to come across the double white lines in like an emergency exit. So that happens a lot too in Virginia, where someone will like, oh crap, I need to exit, and then they just go right over the top of the motorcycle and take you out. So I'm coming up close to the Yorktown battlefields, and there's a lot of construction going on. There's actually some gravel that I'm driving over right now, so I'm paying attention to that too. And then I'm going to come to the stoplight, and this stoplight's really confusing because it's one of those stoplights where people in the left lane, they have to turn left, but they don't know that all the time. So you really got to pay attention here too, because whenever you leave, and I'm going straight, but they're supposed to be going left. And so make sure that you have some gap if you can, that if they come over, you can get out of the way. Alright, so right now I slowed this video down a little bit so you can see it, but up front's a white car that's going to pull out in front of me. And I've got the right of way. He either just doesn't care or doesn't see me or whatever, but it's just a total douchebag move. Happens all the time. People are in a hurry and they don't care about other people's lives. So that's why we got to make sure we're paying attention to traffic situations and staying safe. This is Green Knights, Chapter 48, Hampton Roads. Thank you guys for watching. Guano out.